The RJ reveal is something I am not particularly crazy about. This was something that should be an absolutely massive deal, and I really just don't like the way that it was handled. Pretty much everybody in the audience kinda knew what to expect going into this. Michonne would say something along the lines of like, yo, think of your children, and then a close-up on Rick's face where he's like, children, plural, and then something crazy happens, right? They kinda do this, but my issue with this is that it wasn't really treated with the gravitas that I feel it should have had. The reveal happens in a pretty similar way to what I just described, where Michonne mentions children, plural, and Rick's like, children, what are you talking about? But Michonne just kinda drops it on him rather casually, and Rick's reaction was extremely underwhelming. He's obviously shocked by the fact that he has another kid, but even with this information, he still refuses to leave the CRM, which is fucking stupid to me because that should be the exact reason for him to want to leave. Which, on one hand, I guess adds to the idea that Rick thinks he's keeping him safe by doing what he's doing, but on the other hand, is just kind of fucking annoying. Personally, I would have saved this reveal for the very end of the season, or at least during a much more dire moment. You have Rick and Michonne slowly drifting apart as Rick keeps being adamant about not coming home, but every time she tries to tell him about RJ, something comes up and she doesn't get the chance. Then you have a pivotal moment during the climax of the finale, or again, some other high-stakes moment, where Rick is put into a position where he has to choose home, or CRM, or die. Maybe some kind of standoff between him and Jadis, or something like that, right? Michonne says, think of your children, and then we get the close-up of those baby blues, the music tenses up, and the camera zooms even further into his face, and then he says it. Children? Then boom, he goes sicko mode, Ricko mode, if you will, and takes out Jadis or Beal or whoever the fuck and does some crazy shit, says fuck the CRM, and is now determined to get home. Now, that is just my gay little fanfiction, but I do think it's way more impactful than, oh, hey, Rick, you have another kid. Oh, okay. Doesn't have to be that necessarily, but I'm just something a little more gravitas, you know what I mean? Like, it feels like it's dropped on us kind of randomly, and it doesn't really work.
I gotta turn around and left my fucking son at the gas station.